Hi, I'm Greg Hill from Greg Hill and Associates here in Torrance. This video is about sex offenses. Sex offenses cover a very broad range of crimes. They can be something as very minor, kind of a municipal violation for public urination, and go up to indecent exposure, prostitution, oral copulation, sometimes with somebody under the age of 18, or unlawful sexual intercourse with somebody under the age of 14, the full spectrum. These cases, as you can imagine, have a very negative stigma attached to them. They're also tough cases because oftentimes the DA or the court or the handling detective looks upon the suspect or the defendant with a lot of scorn and just lack of sympathy. What do we do? Most importantly, we try to talk to the client. Now, the client may be, because of the nature of the crime, he may be in custody. We'll go to the jail, no matter where it is. Try to talk to the client, understand the full facts of the case. There may be key facts that the police do not understand, and we want them to know about that. We talk to any witnesses, sometimes through an investigator, sometimes directly. Depends upon the situation. We try to avoid talking to the victim, but sometimes the victim will call us and want to discuss the case. It's always a kind of an ethical, tough question as to what we do in that situation. Most of the time we refer it to a private investigator. Then we meet with the DA. We try to get a copy of the full police report. That means if there's any video, audio, text messages, emails, letters, you name it, we try to get it. We look for the dispatch log to see when the police were called to the location. We look for transcripts if there's a pretext call, which is a common law enforcement event where they call the victim and they call the suspect and they eavesdrop in as the two discuss the case. Try to get a transcript of that. That can often be very helpful in clarifying the facts. Then once we get to court, we try to argue for reclassifying the charges or allowing a plea bargain to something that avoids the 290 registration and allows the client to stay eligible for expungement. This is often very difficult to do. Usually what it depends upon is what's called a pre-plea report or a probation officer's report, where somebody in the probation department evaluates the client and decides whether or not they're a suitable candidate for probation. There's many factors that they consider. They also do what's called a static 99 report. This is a new type of report. It's only been around for maybe 3 or 4 years, where the client is evaluated for his potential to repeat the same type of behavior and whether or not he is a suitable candidate for being released back to the public. We argue for the reduction of bail if bail is too high, especially in some of these cases it can be up to $500,000 depending upon the circumstances. Depending upon the crime, we may file a motion to suppress evidence, and if the case involves charges that can be classified as both a felony and a misdemeanor, we'll file what's called a 17B motion to have the charges reduced down to a misdemeanor. Sometimes that's very successful in reaching a good plea bargain, even if the motion is denied. But most importantly, we try to educate the DA on who you are, what type of a person you are. Often in these cases, the client has 0 prior record. It's not unusual. We try to tell them that you're a good member of society, if indeed you are. We want to get copies of any diplomas, certificates, letters of appreciation, letters of recommendation that you may have received through your employer, photographs of you with your family so they have a full picture. Call us 310-782-2500 or visit our website at www.greghillassociates.com and read about some of our case results so you get a better idea of facts that might be similar to yours and what we can do to help you. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.